In Season 7 of Diablo 4, there's been a massive overhaul to how minions, summons, companions, clones, ancients, conjurations are going to work for your character. And when these initially showed up in the patch notes, it immediately caused confusion because, well, let's face it, these systems weren't necessarily well known or well defined previously, and now that we have those definitions, we have to kind of learn how to retrofit them into our understanding of how these things work. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and hear from today's sponsor, Gamer Advantage. Aw man, I feel like I just can't do anything right. Aw, come now, why such the long face? Whoa, hold on. Who are you? Who I am is not important. You can tell I'm a different character because I'm not wearing glasses. Alright, yeah, I guess that does make sense. Well, my problem is, I just feel like I don't have any Riz. No game. Nice topical use of the word Riz, but have you considered for a moment that maybe it's your unkempt beard, your ridiculously frumpy outfit, and just overall your poor demeanor? Frumpy? I'm comfortable. I live in New England. It's cold. That's why I got the beard and the sweatshirt and the pajamas. What do you mean, frumpy? But no, honestly, you need to just revitalize your entire game here. And not only that, what's up with those bum glasses you got on your face? You can't just be insulting Gamer Advantage like that. Like, that's crazy. We've been working together forever. I love their products. These glasses have quite literally been on my face for, I think, like 2 years straight. Have you not heard about the New Horizon frame? I'm thinking about getting them in crystal. Get that nice clean look going. I mean, I guess I could try them out. Yeah, so why don't you go ahead and get yourself some new glasses. Go ahead and check those out. Clean up all this. Come on back to me when you actually like look good, can present yourself. I don't know if you know this. I think you're trying to be helpful, but you're like wildly disrespectful. I mean, I'll go clean myself up and change, but like, you know, I gotta hand it to you, weirdly aggressive self-help guru. Wait, where are you? I guess he left. Well, I mean, he's got a point though. I do feel a lot better, but oh, wait a second. He left me the New Horizon 2.0 frames in crystal with the Resmi sleep lenses? Hold on. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Those are fresh. Man. I mean, I guess if somebody was looking to buy these themselves, especially over this weekend with the Black Friday sale going on, they just gotta remember to put in code MacroBioBoi at checkout. Get that discount on top of that discount. I guess we can get into this video. Thank you again to Gamer Advantage for continuing to be a sponsor of the channel. But what has basically been going on under the hood is that different skills which summon different NPCs that fight for you have all been summoning skills. The Necromancer has minions, the Druid has companions, the Sorceress has conjurations, etc. And basically what the Diablo 4 developers have both done is codified what this all means and then delineated them with their own tags so that it's much easier to understand what affects what and what works with what. But the first thing that you need to understand is up here in the left is that everything else I'm going to talk about is now a summon. A summon is a broad term that means a skill or effect which makes it so that there's a new NPC which is either under your control or does things for you. Skills which make summons are going to have the summoning skill tag added to them. This is something that's already been in the game. You've seen summoning skill damage, summon skills, etc. referred to, but again, this is now fully codified. And being able to add the summoning skill tag to different abilities is going to make them benefit from things they didn't previously. A great example of a niche use for this was our skill Army of the Dead on the Necromancer. This was always an ultimate skill, but it also always had the summoning skill on it. And this obviously made sense, right? Considering that Army of the Dead also helped to summon your minions, your actual skeletal warriors and mages, it always made sense that Army of the Dead was a summoning skill. But what are the ramifications of it having this tag now? Unyielding Commander is the aspect for the Army of the Dead skill, and what this did previously was make it so that your minions now deal increased damage. The funny part here being that making your minions do increased damage didn't make Army of the Dead, the skill itself, do more damage, but they're going to change some examples where instead of this saying minions, it will now say summoning skills, meaning Unyielding Commander will now grant a huge damage bonus to the skill Army of the Dead, as well as to the rest of your minions. So that's why this delineation is actually very important. Everything is now a summoning skill, everything is now considered a summon, but your individual class summons are going to have different additional tags and delineators. For the two classes that are the least impacted by this, we have the Rogue and the Barbarian. The Rogue can summon Shadow Clones, and the Barbarian can summon Ancients. These are now summoning skills. These are considered your summons, and I wouldn't be surprised if you continue to see the addition of new ways of either being able to manipulate these summons or be able to build into them as more of an archetype. But for the three primary classes that are most known for having active summons or active minions that do things for you, you have the Sorceress, the Druid, and the Necromancer. The Sorceress is going to have a subtag of Conjuration. This includes things like your Hydras, etc., anything that flies around you when you successfully trigger either a skill or an effect. For the Druid, the delineator there are your companions. These include your wolves, your creepers, your ravens, etc. A great example here that's cross-class is the rune word which summons spirit wolves. These are companions and they're summons, but they're not minions or conjurations, nor are they clones or ancients. And then lastly, for the Necromancer, we have the delineation of minions, capital M minions. Our minions include the skeletal warriors, the skeletal mages, as well as the golem. We have an additional effect which summons minions, which comes from the Mordecrux rune word. Those are also minions with a capital M. Now, while individual things are changed for each one of these classes to be able to simplify this, as well as to clear up confusion about whether or not it applies to the Necromancer or to your minions or both, etc., they're going to be making all of the verbiage across our various skills much easier to understand. And then every skill should be assumed that works for both you and your summons, unless that skill or effect or thing in the game calls out either the summoning skill tag or your individual tag. For the Necromancer, again, that would be minions. And while things will continue to be iterated on and changed, things like the Ring of Mendeln specifically call out your minions, and this is not being changed. So you will gain minion attack speed. This will only apply to your skeletons and your golem. And your minions will be able to trigger the Ring of Mendeln every 6 attacks. If you summon the Spirit Wolves via the rune word, those are companions, they're not minions. They won't work with the Ring of Mendeln. And individual effects which can refer to things which you summon can have further delineation. This one very specifically will increase the life and the damage of my golem. This is not going to retroactively increase the damage of my summoning skills or my other minion types. We can still get that granular. I hope that this video helped to clarify the situation, make it crystal clear like exactly what will work with what, and as we test these things in the PTR, we'll get a better understanding of what the impact of all of this is. What does it mean that my minions can trigger my lucky hit chance? What's their lucky hit chance? Is it going to be available on the tooltip, or is it something that we're going to have to suss out like we originally did with their actual damage scaling when the game first released? I'm hoping that the tooltips will make this as easy as possible, and if we don't see that in the PTR, it'll be the first bit of feedback that I send back to the developers. But thank you very much for watching this video. Again, I hope that this helped. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel, leave a like or a comment. Also, if you made it this far, I would love to hear your feedback about the little ad spot that I did at the beginning of this video. I've only ever really done one of those in the past. I never actually tried to do a skit or that type of editing, so I'd love to hear from you what you thought about it. Even if it was cringe or whatever, I would love any feedback that you'd like to give. Remember, again, thank you so much to Gamer Advantage for continuing to be a sponsor of my channel, as well as just my brand in general. I've been working with these people for just about 2 years now, and I was wearing their products a year before they even reached out to me. I really believe in them, and they've helped me out a ton, be able to reduce my eye strain and just make sitting in front of these cameras and in front of these computer screens so much easier, even back when I was still working in something like an office scenario. Remember that there's a huge Black Friday and then Cyber Monday sale going on all weekend, and that you can use code MacroBioBoi at checkout for an additional discount on top of the already ridiculously cut down prices. Thank you so much for watching this video. I truly hope that it helps, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.